Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sundays with Sully. This week, we are talking about decking and deck matting. We've got Jason here from Aquatraction, and he's going to kind of give us an overview of the product. You guys, I'm sure you've been on different boats. You've seen all the different brands that are out there, and what kind of sets his apart from what's going on out there and the ability for you to come onto their boat and actually do this stuff, right?
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about the product line and what kind of sets Aquatraction apart?
Okay, great. So thanks for having me.
No worries. Thank you.
Sunday morning watcher. We go way back, so this is actually fun to be on the show. I'm Jason from Aquatraction. I handle most of New England. I've trained some of our other East Coast dealers. Company is about 8 years old. I'm going into my 7th year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So company started in a horse barn in Minnesota and has gradually grown, and now here we are. We're a full service installation company, so we digitally template. This is a ProDim 8. So we get aboard the boat, digitally template it, goes into a CAD program, modeling software program, eventually cut by CNC, and then we install it. So
it's all custom fit, as we'll go out and show you guys here
Correct.
shortly on a boat.
Yep.
You come in with this piece, and it's going to be fit for that boat. So you don't have necessarily files for each boat, because every boat's going to be a little different, right?
Correct.
No matter what they are, every boat's always a little.
We save every file to go into our database. It helps us to quote future jobs,
Right.
And also to recut if someone damages, but we don't reuse files.
Okay, I think that's a key thing to point out, is that it's not cookie cutter.
Correct.
It is custom.
Correct.
And you have custom colors available, right? We have different foam densities, and we can do a top layer, bottom layer colors and things like that,
Different
right?
Patterns, and we can do laser etch, different images.
Let's see if a boat, the graphics, names, whatever.
We have a database of anatomically correct fish, so there's nothing worse than a goofy fish. So we have striped bass, tarpon, snook, swordfish, white marlin, blue marlin, a few tuna, so a few options for people.
So you get that. We can do, I'm sure everybody's seen like the ruler or whatever, if they want to put it on their gunnel and have it right there, to have that feature with it as well.
Yep.
Talk to me about like durability, longevity. How's this stuff going to hold up in in the marine environment out there?
Great question. We get it every week, every day. So it is foam. So
Right.
it is not. It's not bulletproof.
Right.
So we've got projects. We've got a charter boat in Miami. Dean fishes 200 plus days a year.
Oh, wow.
His deck is almost 4 years old, and he takes good care of his stuff, and it looks great. So it requires cleaning just like the rest of the boat.
Right.
Can't drop a rod butt on it. You can place things down on it.
Yeah. But it's gonna. So there's tear, right?
With reasonable care and maintenance, people should get 5 to 7 plus years out of it. It doesn't fall apart over the years. It will show some things here and there, but we can still replace a piece.
Right.
But we've had very few peeling issues. We've had very, very few, remarkably few staining issues. So honestly, it's a lot more durable than you would think when you first stand on it.
And as far as cleaning, do we need special solutions to clean this, or can we just off the shelf, Simple Green or whatever, or anything like that?
Regular boat soap, Simple Green.
Stiff bristle brush, soft bristle.
Yep. And you don't have to be afraid to really get into it.
Not going to tear it up.
They're too gentle with it, and the stain doesn't come up. And they get into it a little bit, and it comes right off.
Put a little elbow grease into it.
It's actually easier to clean than older oxidized gel coat. Gel coat.
Right. Okay. That's a good comparison. That's great.
Yeah.
And this will stick down, speaking of gel coat, this will go right down on top of the existing deck, as long as it's a solid deck.
Correct.
Obviously, we want to make sure that we're a solid substrate that's sticking to. If we've got flex in your deck, it's going to give adhesive problems and things like that, right? You're not going to make it stronger by putting this on there.
Correct, yeah. So most boats have pretty modest non-skid patterns.
Right.
Some
like a T-Arrow is a little more aggressive.
Yeah. So in those cases, we can apply a second layer of glue tape.
Oh, it's a good little
and the glue
density.
Tape it's almost like it's like a gel glue.
Okay.
So the second layer allows that to be kind of gooey enough to get down in all those. So it's a little bit more work, but we can do it. And so in the deck also has to be solid.
Right.
If there's water in the deck, if it's a sopping wet, there are probably going to be cracks in it.
Right.
And then the water can't evaporate out. So that will create a adhesion problem. So we just won't do it. We'll tell the client.
It's got to be repaired.
Recore the deck, and then we can,
And speaking of, if you're doing a deck recoring job, at least from my past personal experiences in the composite industry, it's a lot of time saving. If somebody's doing a recore on a deck, you're not doing gel coat, you're not doing non-skid, you're not doing all that. You can do the border, do that all painted or gel coat, and then put this right over top of that surface without having to get it 100% fair.
Exactly. So we've worked with a lot of facilities when they're doing fuel tank replacements.
Oh, perfect.
And we go in right from day one and we tell them what the dimensions are of our material so they can set their cut margins. Right. So then there's virtually no attention paid to the aesthetics, which is where that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time and labor.
Yeah.
Getting that faired out, getting the smooth and everything. So that's something. Then you guys, like I said, you come to them to do this, right? You bring this down there, do your template, and you can do all that kind of stuff.
Yep. So we'll meet with them before they even cut the deck.
Got it.
Then we know where they're going to cut. And
so now you can make your product and go from there.
A lot of time.
Got it.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I think what we're gonna do next is go get you out onto our 23 Reef Runner and have you go ahead and do a template for that. And then we'll do a second part to this. You guys tune back in and we'll show you guys all this stuff, getting cut, getting installed, what the finished product look like, and just some of the other benefits of upgrading your boat with the Aquatraction. If you guys want to learn more about the Aquatraction in the meantime, we're going to leave Jason's email down below in the comments down there. Where can they find you guys, social media? You guys out there on that?
Oh, yeah. It's aquatraction.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and we've got dealers from up this way, up in Maine, all the way down the coast over into Houston, Texas, and we've got someone in San Diego. So
oh wow, so you're really growing.
Yeah, exactly. So
awesome.
I handle most of New England, but
right.
We've got deals. So if anyone has any questions about how to locate a dealer,
right there, Aquatraction. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. We're gonna go out, get that filmed, and stay tuned for part 2 with the install and all that good stuff. And we're gonna go out and see what's going on.
Excellent.
Peace.
Get it done.